mysterious house suddenly appeared in the small town, its dark exterior giving it an eerie, unsettling look. It was said to be the strangest haunted house in the world, appearing only once every 10 years. According to the legend, the house contained only 6 rooms, yet no one had ever made it through alive. A group of young people refused to believe the rumors, insisting on going inside for the thrill. The first thing they saw was the door to the first room, with red letters warning, "Beware of the man-eating ogre." They imagined it would be terrifying inside, but when they pushed open the door, it turned out to be a bright exhibition hall. Apart from 8 busts in the center, there was nothing else. Even light jazz music was playing in the background. They began to relax, thinking this place wasn't so scary after all. But soon they noticed something was wrong. The faces on the 8 stone busts were identical to their own faces. Yet they had only just entered the house. How could this be possible? One person guessed that their photos had been taken at the entrance, and quickly made into the busts. As they examined them closely, the lights in the room suddenly went out. Darkness sent them into panic. A few seconds later, the lights came back on, but the cheerful music had turned distorted. Then, to their horror, they saw that all the once intact busts were now torn apart by giant black hands. With the screeching music, the scene was even more chilling. While they were still trying to make sense of it, the door to the next room slowly creaked open. They cautiously stepped inside, except for one girl who stayed behind out of fear. After she left, her corresponding bust mysteriously returned to its original intact form. What they didn't expect was that the second room was even simpler, just an empty metal shack. They laughed, thinking this haunted house was actually very crude. But suddenly, the lights went out again. When they came back on, the group's smiles instantly disappeared. In the corner stood a masked man, seemingly appearing out of thin air. They began to suspect that he might be the man-eating ogre. The masked man walked among them, looking each one over. One person boldly tried to speak to him, only to be shoved violently aside. Frightened, no one dared to move again. Then the masked man stopped in front of Lucy and spoke a childhood nickname of hers. Lucy was shocked. No one but her late father knew that name. The lights went out once more, and when they came back, the masked man was gone. Before they could react, one of their companions had also vanished, leaving behind only a long, dragging mark on the floor.